After some playful banter on age skills and unmet family plans, Dad remarks that barrel swordsmanship remains solid despite the years. The students greet their master with a warm "Good morning, master," as a new day begins at the dojo. The old dojo master proudly announces that he now runs the dojo, with many new students under his care. Reflecting on his youth, he recalls sparring with wooden swords ever since he could remember. He explains that while his personal sword skills may not be exceptional, his true talent lies in teaching and inspiring his pupils. Light-hearted jokes about wanting grandchildren keep the mood playful during the morning gathering. Later, he discusses the importance of a gifted sword meant for his students, hinting at the pride and responsibility that comes with his legacy. When acknowledged as the backwater sword master by his peers, he remains humble, yet accepts the compliment with modest grace. Old dojo master apologizes for not being there from the start and invites a companion to a secret meal. Beryl confesses that he feels at fault, but he is quickly reassured with kind words. Twilight explains that her tears came from a flood of honest emotion rather than fear or sadness. The master solemnly declares there is nothing left for him to teach, marking an important moment of acceptance. Henblitz, though skeptical at first, acknowledges the master's humility and accepts his decision. Order members note that Karuni and the master set off together, while Alicia promises to guide them around the capital. Lucy Diamond makes a striking entrance as she introduces herself as the commander of the Magic Corps, sparking surprise about the master's legendary skills. With confidence, Twilight demonstrates her unique sword magic by infusing magic into her blade, a clear sign of her advanced training. Serena announces with excitement that she is finally ready for a long-awaited duel with her master. A sudden enemy attack erupts, and urgent shouts echo as everyone braces themselves for what comes next. A character highlights a magical accessory that can detect monsters as the team finishes a sweep at a stone archway. They announce, "We're moving forward," setting a determined pace for their mission ahead. The old dojo master remarks on the group's impressive performance, hinting that his intervention might not be needed after observing their progress. Serena informs everyone that the dungeon has been fully searched and the monsters eliminated, although she notes the unusual scarcity of foes. The team discusses a specially designated target, Xeno Grable, whose presence may explain the lower monster count. Amid urgent orders, commands like "Porta," "Get down," are issued as the group prepares to leave the archway for the next phase of their operation. Later, the old dojo master explains that swinging its Zweihander from the hips makes better use of centrifugal force, emphasizing this as a key training principle. A tense moment erupts over a stolen necklace when accusations fly and orders are barked to return it without drawing unwanted attention. The conversation then shifts to a high-stakes deal, where a hefty sum is discussed for resurrection magic to revive a lost loved one, sparking disbelief and debate. Emotions run high as Twilight orders Mui to lead her to the person behind the resurrection promise, hinting at upcoming revelations. In a final note of disquiet, the old dojo master condemns the idea of an adult preying on children, underscoring the moral conflicts within the group. Twilight instructs Mui to take him to a target, while deciding to bring Beryl along to avoid drawing unwanted attention. Old dojo master condemns the idea of adults preying on children and reassures Mui that her past does not define her. Twilight recalls growing up in the rough Southeast District, where orphans and wizards struggled to survive. Tensions escalate when identities are questioned, and a wooden sword challenge ignites conflict among the group. In the heated exchange, Twilight accuses someone of using powerful magical accessories to manipulate corpses and demands the truth about resurrection magic. Amid the turmoil, a grieving student laments the loss of a loved one as Beryl wonders about his fate, only to receive comforting words from the old dojo master. With their mission partly complete, Twilight reveals that all magical accessories have been removed for safety and announces his plan to fetch the order. Twilight reveals that his magic can only produce flames, clarifying it as offensive magic. Kinera fine. And the old dojo master introduced dormitory options, asking students to decide whether to stay on campus. The dining hall is shown with balanced meals served 3 times a day amid busy schedules. Serena Lysandra steps in to introduce Mui as a talented girl under the master's guardianship. The discussion shifts as the group debates if Mui should live in the dormitory or continue staying with her guardian. The old dojo master thanks Serena for a new sword gift while recalling their shared moments. The group visits a clothing store where the master debates his style with guidance from Alicia and Twilight. At lunch, a student insists on commuting instead of living in the dormitory, while joking about keeping the house in order. Twilight announces plans to challenge Master Beryl to a bout before meeting the royal families to prove his strength. An order member remarks on the commander's beauty, intelligence, and kindness. Wondering if any man would turn her down, a determined student declares that if she defeats Master Beryl, she'll reveal her secret desire, leaving her comrades surprised. In the training hall, the old dojo master warmly greets everyone as Hemblitz boldly challenges him to a friendly duel. During the spirited bout, Master Beryl adapts his tactics and showcases refined swordsmanship, drawing admiring remarks from those watching. After the duel, the master helps a student prepare for the Magic Institute by ensuring a proper school bag is in order, blending duty with light humor. Soon the group embarks on a hunt for a rare white horse with a silver mane, a fitting gift for royalty, as they devise a careful plan to capture it unharmed. Amid swift maneuvers and witty strategy, the team coordinates its formations perfectly during the chase. Later in Ball Train, old bonds are rekindled when Rose Marbleheart, a cherished former student, returns to greet the master with heartfelt warmth. The old dojo master and vice commander Marbleheart meet in a bustling town square, greeting each other warmly and sharing news of the day. They exchange light banter about memories of training, new responsibilities, and odd moments from school life. Their conversation then shifts to urgent security matters as they prepare for a royal tour amid political tensions and the threat of further attacks. They discuss the complexities of a power struggle in Svindiardvania, where religious influence and national authority intertwine. Nostalgic recollections of Master Beryl's uncompromising yet laid-back teaching style surface, highlighting how his guidance still resonates with his former students. In a tense sparring session, a former student challenges the master's strength and even pleads for defeat to protect others, underscoring the heavy stakes of their duty. Rose and the master begins with a quick exchange, where a sharp threat is issued about cutting down an opponent. Vice Commander Marbleheart praises the master for handling an opponent with a shield so adeptly. The master explains that a shield not only protects his ally, but also hinders an enemy's attack, a point noted by the referee on how tricky it can be. After wrapping up the sparring session, a student questions a clever move, while the master highlights the student's progress. The same student then jests, pleading to be killed with the master's own hands, but the master insists that he must live to face his sins. Amid rising tensions, Master Gatoga and others rush to check on Rose, while Citrus explains that they had already handled the archers before coming to her aid. The master reveals that Rose was involved in an attempted assassination of the prince, forced into action by orders from the Pope. As a priest confirms that the bleeding has stopped, Citrus stresses that their first job is to find the hostage children and keep them safe. A heated exchange follows when Vice Commander Marbleheart warns against covering things up, and it's disclosed that Rose is actually the stepsister of a key figure. The conversation then shifts to debates over loyalties and revelations about Bishop Revio's misdeeds, with the master urging a rethink of blind faith. Before departing, the master instructs Master Gatoga to take care of Rose, while Citrus reminds everyone that no secrets should be kept about their roles. The team then moves to secure the area around the royal carriage, with Hemblitz and Karuni assigned to guard duty after the recent skirmish. Shortly after, Hemblitz reports that repairs will be arranged for the agricultural district, and an urgent letter invites key members to a state banquet. At the banquet, King Gladio thanks Hemblitz for protecting his daughter, while lively remarks celebrate the master's impressive fighting skills. Later, as the king discusses the princess's impending arranged marriage and plans for a new royal guard, teasing comments arise about the master's title as a master swordsman. Amid humorous banter over a prized glass plate and a satisfying meal, the master reflects on his humble beginnings and the praise he received at the royal palace. Finally, a message delivered by a family member shares news of the master's encounter with the king at the banquet, expressing hope for the day a humble swordsman becomes a true master.